If I could run into the 16-year-old version of myself, I'd give him kudos, a high five. I'd say you was right. Keep fighting. But don't trust dudes. Kick the dudes. Look what my life is. Like, I don't regret not a damn thing. I'm having a ball. For me to ever think or regret anything that's going on in my life based on where I'm at would be disrespectful to every opportunity that's been given to me. I've had an extraordinary life. I'm having an extraordinary life. I'm able to smell my roses while I'm alive. You know, I get to see generations of people and what my work has done. Just, you know, when I walk in the street now, they don't even talk about roc-a-fella at all. They talk about what I was talking about last week, what I did yesterday, and what I'm talking about doing and how I'm helping. Not what I'm about to do, what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to teach people how to dream. Because that's what we don't do. We're taught that survival is a dream. The dream is to survive. That ain't no dream. And that's a whack dream if that's a dream. Dreams are not, they don't cost $1. So why would you dream cheap? And if you don't have a dream, then someone's going to give you a dream and that's going to become a nightmare. So why not make the script for your life and write a happy ending? You got to know what you want. You don't just let life come to you. You got to go to life, but you got to know your purpose. Life with no purpose is not a life. That's why people be depressed, because they don't know what their purpose is. I don't know what life would be like if I had no dreams. And I'm a guy that's been dreaming since I was a kid, and that's why my dreams have been coming true. What you've been seeing have been my dreams. You're seeing my thoughts that have become tangible things that are now a physical reality, but they started as a thought. But if you ain't thinking, then your life ain't gonna be nothing but blank. You're gonna be taking pills to try to get away from that feeling. Find your purpose and make it something you enjoy so much that it never feels like work. Like when I make a movie, I could work for 2-3 days straight. My girl worries about me. I'm having so much fun that I don't get tired. You know, you have a certain amount of hours to film, how quick do those hours go? Especially when you know overtime is gonna be time and a half. Them shits go so quick. You want time to go quick? Do something you love. That shit'll speed. So I remember 16, I'm like, that shit was yesterday to me. I've been having so much fun the whole time. What people consider downs are really ups to the average person, so I'm still the average person. Breaking the social class first generation, nothing better than that. Doing it young, surviving it. That's the trick. A lot of people don't get past their 20s when they make it when they're young. It burns them out. The advice I give somebody that doesn't know their purpose is to go be creative. Go enjoy something. Whatever makes you laugh, make a living doing that. And if nothing makes you laugh, go get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. That means you don't know how to care. But before you go out to care about somebody, you gotta know how to care about yourself. If you feel anxiety, do some push-ups or run a lap. What I do is I write everything every day. I visualize one dimension, I write another dimension, then I make it happen. If I can write it down, it can happen. You know, I say this all the time, people just don't know the power of their brain. They've been taught not to. They've been taught to let somebody else, to depend on somebody else. You know, they make you think the government is supposed to pay for all your shit, and it's not. You're supposed to pay for all your shit. You gotta figure out how to be self-sustainable. And for me, it's like, yo, I know how I want to live. I hate going places and not controlling that environment and being uncomfortable. The only way to do that is to architect your future. Like I said, somebody might have a script that contradicts yours, but y'all gonna be in the same space at the same time. You gotta make sure you get the lion's share of that time and the lion's share of that fun. There's a yin and a yang in every situation. You could be on the bad or good side. You gotta find the good side. There's a bad side, just stay away from it. See, I tend not to look at the bad side because that's what will be manifested. That's the last thing I visualize, and that's the last thing that's gonna happen. The shit I hate the most is when I'm dreaming, somebody to jump in my dream and tell me why and what and the reasons why it might not happen. Get out my dream. Go dream your own dream. There is no reasons why my shit won't happen. It's happening. I dreamed it. Leave me alone. Don't listen to nobody. If your dream don't scare nobody, then it's not a dream. It means it's happened before. Do some shit that hasn't been done. Have some fun. That's what I like to do. I like to do new shit. I don't like to follow. I like to lead. That's all I know. You know, I've been born a boss, so I don't know how to think in any other word or vibration or any language other than in boss. So when we talk about movies, I can't talk about making a movie. I got to talk about having a movie company, which will mean I'll make my movies. But at the end of the day, I'm owning that shit. Everything comes from a boss perspective. Any kind of plan I have is a boss plan. I never make a plan to work for somebody. That is not a dream. To me, I ask me, what's your dream? To get hired by a big firm? To get hired? How could that be a dream to have somebody tell you what to do for money? You don't mind having somebody tell you what to do for big money, even if you don't like it? What'd that make you? So if you're doing it for money, to me, you're going to be destined to be unhappy because money don't have feelings. Love does. Money, you can't feel money when you die. But when someone dies, you still feel them. Love transcends all dimensions. So my focus is love. The money is man-made, it's a distraction. Anything man-made, anything that was made 1,000, 100 years ago, is always meant to control the masses. That's my rule of thumb. It was always meant to provide order for those that don't know how to provide order for themselves. I'm not one of those. And I will not be. I'm aware of it because I'm thinking of it from the people that make the rules, not the ones that follow them. If I made rules, what rules would I make? Not if I follow rules, what rules would I want? In business, they'd be like, you burn bridges, and I'd be like, I do them on purpose so I could never go back. You know, to me, it's like the ocean is behind me. If I go back, I drown. I can only go forward. That's it. Whatever has to happen, we got to work it out. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I know what I want to happen, and that's what I try to architect. You know, I know there might be some things I need to brace my face for or, you know, block. People will throw punches, don't mean it's going to land, and don't mean they're not going to get hit back. There's no losing. It's just fight till you win. I don't even know what that losing thing, I don't even know what is that? What's losing? What's scared? What do those words mean? I don't even want to know the definition of them because I don't want to feel them. If you don't learn from a loss, then that's what it is, a loss. You have to turn it into a lesson. Then it becomes a plus and not a negative. So again, that's where that yin and the yang comes from. So to me, I'd be like, oh, I probably would have lost more. I'd rather learn it now than later. When things don't go my way, it doesn't mean that I won't try again. And things rarely don't go my way over and over again. So it might not go my way one time or the second, but usually the third or fourth. Like the first time I put out a record or the first artist I put out, it wasn't Jay-Z. It was Original Flavor. It was the Future Sound. So I had to go through the Future Sound, Original Flavor. I had record deals with East West and Atlantic. Only thing that's ever worked for me, ever, is when I do it independently. God doesn't want me to get rich a different way. So I even tried it the traditional way. I had record deals, regular ones. You got to think about this. I shopped Jay-Z, and every single person said no. Kevin Liles said no. Rick Rubin said no. Sylvia Rome argued with me about this dude. The only thing I could get for him, traditional, was a single deal with Patrick Moxie. So it was like, yo, these dudes are dumb. This is how you know corporate's dumb. They did not sign Jay-Z. You want to know how they really dumb? Look at Kanye's. No one would sign Kanye. Think about that. So that tells you never to listen to corporate. Both of them. No one would sign them. Back to back. Stupidity. He had beats with everybody on Roc-a-Fella and he still couldn't get a record deal. So that tells me that the God is like, bruh, how many times I gotta tell you, do it yourself. When does it work out? When somebody does it for you. You know, the process of doing shit with corporate means literally getting paused, butt-ass naked, and then letting some lame tell you your body's whack, and you get back dressed and leave.